Good morning, everybody. Today's story is going to be The Queen, the Bear, and the Bumble Bee. The reason we're doing this story is Rick and I are in quarantine and I couldn't get out to get one of our regular Godly Play stories. So I hope you enjoy this book. It is written by a lady named Deanie Petty, and she used to have a TV show. Some of the older people might remember her, but she likes to help people out and teach people things like self-esteem. Okay, so I want you to get in a nice comfortable position and we're going to have this story. So go get comfortable. The Queen, the Bear, and the Bumble Bee by Deanie Petty. 3 friends went out for a walk by the sea, the Queen, the Bear, and the Bumble Bee. They were dancing and singing their favorite song when the bear said, "Farewell, I must travel on. I have a red ship that can sail through the air to the magical land of who knows where." "Oh, please," cried the Queen, "let us go there too." So they jumped on the ship and away they flew. The sky was dark, the moon was bright. The red ship sailed all through the night. Past dazzling planets they traveled afar and landed on a distant star. Standing there was the Prince of Night, and in his hands an amazing sight. "This crown of lights I give to you, brings magic and grants wishes too. 3 wishes only, and once they come true, there's no going back, you can't undo. But beware the beast who comes in the night, for he will give you a terrible fright. His name is Growlous, he screams and breathes fire. He dreams of this crown, it's his evil desire. And if he should get it, we all will die." The prince then vanished as he said, "Goodbye." The Queen grabbed the crown and looked at the bee and said to him with obvious glee, "My dear Mr. Bee, though you are quite small, your wings let you fly above it all. I've always dreamed of doing that too, so I want wings just like you." Before she finished, her wings just grew. The Queen jumped up and off she flew. She circled the sky a couple of times, laughing and giggling and singing these rhymes. "Oh my, I can fly up here in the sky, like a bird or a bee I can fly. Look at me." "Oh dear," cried the bee. "I hope she's okay and wants her wings for more than one day. As for me, I can't think of what I will do. I wonder, Mr. Bear, will you stay you?" "Oh no," cried the bear as he picked up the crown. "I do have a wish." He jumped up and down. "There's something I've always wanted to be. It's really quite different from what you can see. It's my hair, it's always just there, always hanging around from my head to the ground. Wherever I go, whatever I do, I always wear hair, never anything new. A man is the thing that I most want to be, with hundreds of beautiful outfits for me. I want to wear shirts, hats, tails, and pants, and change every time I go out to dance." Well, before you could say, "Please wiggle your toes," the bear was a man with a trunk full of clothes. "Hey, look at me now, I am a man, quite fine and fancy I am. I love my clothes, I love my style, so won't you dance with me for a while?" And as the Queen kept flying around and around, and the man spread his clothes all over the ground, the bee was thinking of what he might be, of how he could change and live differently. "I know I am small. I'm not very tall. Some say that I'm fat. I don't care about that. I know if I changed any one of those things, then someone would say, 'I don't like your wings.' So I think I'll stay me with all that I've got. I don't want to turn into something I'm not." The Queen and the man overheard the bee, and both had advice, which they gave him for free. "My dear Mr. Bee, you're really too small, and I think a new color would make you look tall." "Oh yes," said the man, "I completely agree. Much taller is better, and perhaps a blue bee? And get rid of that stinger, it's a terrible sight. I've heard people say that it gives them a fright." Use your wish quickly. Think what you could do. Think of what others are wanting for you. Imagine you're taller, no stinger, no fat. Please take our advice. It's as simple as that. So choose any color, red, green, or blue. You'd be so much better, we think, don't you? Suddenly a scream ripped through the night. Growlus was coming. What a hideous sight. A nightmare in motion, all slimy and vile, with flames that slithered out of his smile. What to do, what to do, they were shaking with fright, and each of them wondered just how they could fight. The man still thought he could growl like a bear and was certain his old awesome strength was still there. He leaned back on his legs and let out a roar, but he sounded like a man when he lets out a snore. The queen, used to having all others obey, ordered the monster, "Just go away!" She flew at him fiercely, but her wings were so new that she flew the wrong way by a mile or two. They could do nothing now, this much they knew, so they yelled to the bee, "It's all up to you!" The bee took his time. "I'll go slow," he thought, "and it's good that I'm small, so I won't get caught." As Growlus screamed and thrashed in the night, the bee looked for a weakness in all of his might. Then finally he saw it, a tiny blue dot. Hidden under the chin was the monster's weak spot. Then Growlus spotted the crown. As he stretched out his claw, the bee flew on down. Through the flames and the screaming, the bee buzzed in, with his eye on the spot under Growlus's chin. On and on he kept going, all his fear he forgot, as he jabbed his bee stinger in that tiny blue spot. Suddenly, silence! The bee hit his mark. The monster just vanished back into the dark. The beast was defeated. They won the brave fight. But things with the queen and the man were not right. "These wings," sighed the queen, "they're always around. I can't sit, I can't walk, and I crashed into the ground. I'm sorry to say I was wrong. Now I see. I really would rather be just good old me." "Me too," cried the man as he took off his shirt. "I never once thought of the work or the dirt that comes with these clothes. They just aren't for me. I want to be hairy and scary and free." The prince reappeared to tell them the worst. "I'm sorry, but some things just can't be reversed." "Excuse me," said the bee, "but there's one wish to go. And what I desire, I most certainly know. Please change my friends back to the same old way they were before this long magical day." The bee's wish was granted because fair is fair. The queen lost her wings and the bear got his hair. And both of them learned that the best thing to do is to be who you are, 'cause there's only one you. I hope you enjoyed that story. Now, I wonder what lessons are in this story. I wonder if you know how special you are, because God made you so special. We're going to do a little reading from Psalm 139, and then we'll close in prayer. Lord, you have searched me and know me. You know when I sit down and when I stand up. You understand my thoughts from far away. You observe my travels and my rest. You are aware of all my ways. Before a word is on my tongue, you know all about it, Lord. You have encircled me. You have placed your hand on me. For it was you who created my inward parts. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I will praise you because I am remarkably and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful, and I know this, very well. So we'll just close in a little prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you so much. You love us so dearly, and you know what's best for us always. Help us to remember that we are your children, and you have created each and every one of us special. We all have our own strengths, and we all have our own weaknesses. Help us to remember to always know that you are with us, and that you give us good friends to help us. And together we can stand strong, knowing that you are in charge of everything. Thank you once again that you know us and you love us. And thank you for our family and our friends. And be with us always. Amen. Okay, that's our story for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, it's The Queen, the Bear, and the Bumble Bee by Deanie Petty. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time. God bless. Love you guys.